Wandavision Episode 8 just finished, and a shocking post-credit scene revealed a huge finale moment that ties up some huge MCU fears as well as some big comic book arcs. What's up, guys? This is Bessie from Marvel DC Explained, and in today's Episode 8 of Wandavision, S.W.O.R.D. revealed its true sentient weapon. The White Vision is back from the comic. This is clearly set up for an intriguing, no doubt devastating showdown with the real Vision in Wanda's version and the Scarlet Witch in the finale. The character's shocking introduction was the clever payoff to acting director Hayward's almost buried tease in episode 7 of Project Cataract, being ready as Monica Rambeau prepared her own attempt to infiltrate Wanda's hex. Even Darcy got whiff of some of what the director was hiding, while the reveal of Agnes as Agatha Harkness stole most of the attention on this episode. Hayward's seeding pushed another chess piece into the position for the episode's money shot. The White Vision is the latest in a long line of superheroes being forced to fight versions of themselves, even beyond the limits of the MCU. Wolverine, Superman, and the Arrow vs. Flash have all battled dark inversions of themselves. It's an easy, spectacular go-to for a story universe that is so often includes journeys of self-discovery. For Vision, and indeed for Wanda, this version of Vision, the White Vision, is a reminder that if not for their remaining humanity, amplified in no small part by their Avengers family, either of them could have been no more than weapons for somebody else to use. Indeed, that was the intention of both Wanda, who was created by Hydra's experiments in Sokovia, and Vision, who was created by Ultron as his final, probably unstoppable form. White Vision brings all of that now to a full circle. While the emergence of the White Alternative is a horrifying reminder of every nightmare Vision and Wanda had, as well as specific violations of both Vision's living will and the Sokovia Accords, it's also one of the MCU's coolest moments. This comes in a show as bold as creative as WandaVision, which has shown to be a shocking turn on a genre that was not fully explored in the MCU by now. Here's who White Vision is, though, and how he's being set up by S.W.O.R.D's secret plan and what the character's origins in the comics are. So for those who caught the Easter egg Cataract, the project name that was dubbed, this should have been the biggest giveaway. The word not only implies imperfect vision, but also suggests the removal of a white gloss to eyes. That eerie effect was exactly what came over the synthesoid when Thanos killed him, and undoing it is what revives him, in a parallel to a real cataract operation. Hayward is a clever, devious man. That much we can surmise by what he falsely implicated Wanda in Vision's theft all this time, a ruse so clever that he included a tracker on Vision that is not only illogical but maybe impossible in order to vilify Wanda and justify his own project. Hayward has weaponized Wanda's grief, which his reveal of Vision's corpse pushed her over the edge. In a way, he was responsible for all of this. In the gap between Endgame and WandaVision, S.W.O.R.D. disassembled and then rebuilt Vision, using Wanda's powers as the final piece in their grim jigsaw and bringing Vision back to life in a perverse mirror of how Wanda tried to kill him initially. In the comics, Vision had to be reconstructed by Hank Pym, but the payoff that Wanda's power signature was the lightning bolt moment is both cruel and a brilliant touch. So why is S.W.O.R.D's Vision completely white? Well, this version of Vision was created by Project Cataract. He is an imperfect one, at least in the eyes of Wanda. It is effectively a blank slate, tied inherently to the Vision comic arcs created by John Byrne in the late 80s. Just as Vision was reborn without emotion and any sense of his soul, S.W.O.R.D's version is clearly rebuilt without any of the inconvenient quirks of the real Vision, like morality, humanity, and a will for self-discovery. He is just a machine, programmed by his masters to enact missions without anything that made Vision more human than robot. This is more amplified on his death in Infinity War. Vision's color is linked directly to his vitality. You see, when he dies, he loses his pigment, almost as if he's being drained of blood. Now, him being completely white clearly shows us that Vision is now a lifeless abomination. Now, this means that the White Vision is a quote-unquote evil Vision that will be featured prominently in the finale of WandaVision. Vision's fight with himself will not be the first time an MCU character has faced off against an alternate version of himself. You see, Hulk and Iron Man fought Mr. Hyde-like versions of themselves in the Abomination and Ironmonger, but even more poignantly, Captain America fought himself in Endgame, and so too did Nebula. The MCU has a long fascination with the idea of facing heroes off against dark mirror versions of themselves. His living will was also mentioned earlier in WandaVision, and is an expression of his fear that someone would go to his corpse exactly as Sword has in Project Cataract, using his parts for nefarious reasons and specifically developing a weapon from him. The project was also set up in further back in the MCU Avengers Infinity War by both Shuri and Bruce Banner, who assured Vision when the question of Shuri removing the Mind Stone came up that your mind is made of a complex construct of overlays. Jarvis, Ultron, Tony, me, the Stone, all of them mixed together. Banner's attempt to ease Vision's concerns became the opportunity for someone like Hayward and his Sword project to follow the logic and bring Vision back. So this is how Sword's Vision ties to the comics, the White Vision. Vision's white appearance almost played heavily into its MCU appearance as Marvel Studios' head of visual development, Ryan Meanerding, revealed unused concept art for him that used a combined white and gold aesthetic. But that look was also inspired by the comics. In John Byrne's 1989 arc Vision Quest, the Synthesoid loses his color when he is disassembled in response to seizing control of America's nukes by an international task force led by Cameron Brock. Ultimately, it turned out that Vision was being manipulated by Immortus, an alternate version of Kang the Conqueror, but he was taken apart and studied by Vigilance, Brock's task force. Similar to WandaVision's 5th episode flashback, when Wanda supposedly recovered Vision's body, in the comics his dismembered body is taken back and Hank Pym, Ultron's creator in the comics, rebuilds him. Unfortunately, he cannot be rebuilt fully because the source of his humanity was the brain patterns of Simon Williams, aka Wonder Man, which stood in front of the Mind Stone in the original story. When William refuses to allow that to happen again because he's no longer dead, Vision is brought back without part of him, and he is resurrected as an emotionless husk, more android than man. Thanks to the experiments on his body, his skin remains bleached until he eventually refines himself through another complex plot, again involving Wonder Man. In both the comics and WandaVision, the white version of Vision made the character more than the sum of his technological parts and ultimately the imposter that stands as a monument to why Vision was right to fear the misuse of his now dead corpse. This was a shocking episode. Once more, all these episodes have been just going up and up, ramping up to what will come next week, which is the finale, episode 9. So what do you guys think will happen in the finale? Talk to me down below in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode, and if you enjoyed, leave a thumbs up down below. Subscribe for dailies. Now you can have an awesome day, boys and gals, and I'll see you in the next video.